In today's video, we are talking about top-rated makeup. Are they really worth 5 stars? We're gonna find out. I teamed up with Nordstrom and I have a collection of products that all average a 5-star rating review from customers online at Nordstrom.com. Many of these products I already owned and loved, spoiler alert, but a few of them I did pick up and purchase for this video, and I'm really excited to test them out and play with them on camera with you guys. I do wanna thank Nordstrom for teaming up with me on this video. All the products are available in store and online. I'll have them all listed and linked in the description box along with their shade names. And if you shop online right now, you guys, you can get 3 points on your beauty purchases through Nordstrom. I will have all the details for that promotion in the description box. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm really excited about this video. Many of these products I already own and love. A few of them I did purchase for this video, and I'm really excited because what is better than testing highly rated new makeup? Is there anything better? I don't know. That was a joke, but seriously, I love it. Going in with the primer, this is the product that I did purchase for this video, and I'm really excited to try this. This is the MAC Studio Radiance Moisturizing Illuminating Silky Primer. This has a 5-star rating. It has about 326 reviews, so not bad. It's been a while since I have used a MAC primer, you guys, and I will always be a MAC girl at heart. I just will. It's where I started my makeup career. If you are new to my channel and you don't know my background, I started working at the makeup counter when I was like 19 years old. I worked for MAC and it was like a dream job, okay? If you can imagine. I imagine if you're watching this video, you probably love makeup. Can you imagine working at MAC when you're like 19 years old? It was the best job. And I actually went on and grew with the company to be a resident trainer. So I had a region of Texas that I would travel around and train all of the artists on makeup artistry, on customer service, on product knowledge. It was seriously the best job of my life, aside from the one that I currently have, but all the jobs in between just couldn't compare. MAC was a really great place to work. Okay, so let's talk about this primer. This feels very, very rich and hydrating. It doesn't feel like a lightweight silky primer. Does it have silky in the name? It does have silky in the name. Okay, it feels like a moisturizer. That's really what it feels like, you guys. It doesn't feel heavy, but it feels rich, if that makes sense. It feels very lovely. It has a little bit of a tack to it. Not sticky, but I can tell that's where the primer component like fits into this formula. It's very gripping. Oh, it feels good, actually. It feels so, so nice. Okay, now we're gonna go in with foundation, and this will probably come as no surprise, but Estee Lauder's Double Wear Foundation is a 5-star rated product. This is a product that I feel most of us have tried at some point. It is one of the best long-wearing foundations in my opinion, and I'm the shade 2C1 Pure Beige. It has been a while since I've used this product, so I'm excited to dig in and apply. I need to get a pump for it. Mine does not have a pump, so I'm just gonna put a little bit onto the skin. What I love about this foundation is that it is long wearing. It does not budge. It is one of those foundations that if you need your foundation to look good or your makeup to look good in the morning and you have a really long day and you have something really important after work and you don't have time to reapply or really worry about, this is one that I would go for. You can just trust that it is going to look good all day long. And this shade is a little too light for me. I mean, it's gonna work. Shouldn't say it's too light, but I think I would prefer one shade a little bit deeper. What I love about this is it gives really great coverage. You can get a nice medium to full coverage, but it doesn't feel heavy or look heavy on the skin. It's really, really nice. And I'm just gonna go and kind of press it into the skin in the center of the face. I always like to start in the center of the face because that's where I have the most discoloration or that's the part of the face that I need to cover the most. I need the most coverage there. So I start there because the first place that you put your brush is where you're gonna deposit the most color and product. And that is where I need it. I need it here in the center. Okay, yeah, this shade is a little light, but that's okay. We're gonna warm it up with a bronzer. This product might have the most reviews on Nordstrom.com. It had 6,945 reviews and it averaged a 5-star rating, you guys. That is pretty darn impressive, right? Looks so good. It also just smooths out texture. So, you know, one of my skin concerns is pores, and as I get older, I'm starting to notice that the texture on my skin is more visible. And this just gives a very smooth finish. Perfect, okay. That is nice, yeah, but we definitely need to warm this color up. To conceal, we're going to use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is a staple. I feel like this fits into the same category as the Estee Lauder Double Wear, just a product that has stood the test of time. I can remember starting my YouTube channel like 10 years ago and this being the concealer everyone was talking about. So what I love about this concealer is that you're going to get really nice coverage, but it looks very natural and it's hydrating. I think this is a concealer that is good for all ages. It's really, really beautiful. This product has 7,106 reviews on Nordstrom and it averages about a 5-star. It's like 4.5 stars. With that many reviews, that is so impressive. And I am the shade, I kind of vary between a few shades, but this is the shade Light 2.75. What I like about this is it has a little bit of a peachy tone to it, which is gonna help cancel out darkness. I also have a little bit of like veining right here in the inner corner of my eye that you can see. And it kind of leans a little green, and this is just going to help cancel that out. I like to put a little in the inner corner, and then I like to take a little here in the outer corner and just lift up a bit. This has really nice spreadability, so it's one of those products that you don't really have to apply it all over. You can just apply it in those corners and then just blend those corners together, and you're going to get really nice payoff. This is a really beautiful formula too if you like to wear real natural or light foundation, or maybe even just like a tinted SPF. You can use the concealer under the eyes, and you can even apply a little bit on the face if you want a little more coverage in certain areas. There are some concealers that are just too heavy and they don't work well on the days where you want to skip foundation because they're just so heavy that it looks very obvious where you have that concealer and then you don't have foundation all over the face. But this is a concealer that works really well for like full glam days or for very natural foundation-free days. If you want to get a little extra coverage from this concealer, this is a nice formula that you can kind of like blend out to about 70% and then kind of let it self-set for a few minutes and then go back and blend out the edges. Letting it self-set for even just like 30-45 seconds, it's going to help it kind of dry down and just give a little bit more coverage without having to use more product. Okay, so I blended most of it out. Let me go ahead and actually swipe this on the lid to even it out. As you can see, it brightens the lid. It can also work as an eyeshadow primer. If you're going to use it as a primer, just make sure you don't apply too much because you want a little bit of grip on the lid, but you don't want to make sure that you haven't applied so much that it'll crease. So really just shear it out. You can use a brush like this, which is really great to spread and shear out, or you can even use your finger. Okay, then I'm going to go back and I'm going to just do the final blend out, and this was with a little fluffier brush. This is the Nikki La Rose N14 brush, and I'm just kind of bouncing it on just to slightly finish out that blend out. You know, I'm gonna go do my eyebrows, you guys, and I'll be right back. Okay, a product that I picked up for this video that I'm really excited to try is from a brand called Yensa. It is the Silk Bronzing Base. Now, I have to say, you guys, when I was doing research for this video, this brand has a lot of highly rated products. I'm actually placed an order today for a couple of their concealers that landed on the list for top rated concealers. And I remember filming a video with Marnie a few months ago, and I'm pretty certain that she had a foundation from this brand that she was loving. So really excited to try this. I haven't used it yet. I did just kind of swatch it. You can see a little bit of a fingerprint here, but I have not applied it. When I swatched it, it seemed very like transparent, but you know how some of these cream products work? You kind of have to break the seal first and then you get a little, okay, yeah, so it actually seems to be pretty sheer, which can be nice for a bronzer because it can be easier to use, a little more foolproof. And I'm actually gonna pair it with the Bobbi Brown Powder Bronzer because this also is a highly rated product on Nordstrom. And so I'm gonna use a cream and a powder. So I kind of like that this is a little more sheer. Okay, let's go in. I'm gonna go in with my Nikki La Rose N15 brush, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of product onto the brush. And let's go in and apply this. We definitely need some bronzer, don't we? Okay, it has a really nice, like even application. It's on the more sheer side, so you definitely want to make sure you load the brush up or you use the right brush. If you use something like large and fluffy, it's not going to work really great, but this wouldn't really be good for a cream product regardless of if it's sheer or more pigmented. You want to make sure that you're using something with a little more density to it. Okay, that's beautiful, you guys. It's very even. It's very silky. It has a very silky like feel, and I want to say it looks very smoothing. Like where I applied it, it looks even smoother. The texture there looks really nice and smooth. Okay, I'm gonna go and just kind of sweep this into the hairline. I may have applied a little too much. Let's just kind of work this in, blend it out. Oh, that's really pretty. And by the way, I picked up the shade Sunlit Glow. I'm gonna apply a little bit on the nose. Go to the other side. Ooh, okay, that's really beautiful. Yes, now that I've kind of broken the seal, this side is actually applying a little bit easier. Like I don't have to build it up as much, or I don't have to like really put a lot of pressure onto the brush. So it's not going to be too much pigment that you're going to apply. It's kind of a really wordy, long way of saying it's very easy to use. This is nice. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. And it gives a little bit of a glow. It's definitely on the more lightweight of cream bronze products. I love cream bronzers, but they really range as far as like a heavier consistency or more liquidy product. This is a lightweight cream formula and it's really, really nice. Okay, let's go in. I'm gonna set it with a little bit of powder. I'm gonna use the Bobbi Brown bronzing powder, and this is one of my favorites. I've had this for many years. This is the shade Golden Light, and I'm gonna use a larger, fluffier brush just to set the cream a little bit and kind of sweep it in the center of the face. Because that foundation was pretty light, I wanna do an all over kind of bronze, and this is a good product to do that with. So pretty. Oh, that's nice. Okay, lovely. Okay, so moving along to blush, there were two blush from the list that I actually already own and love, so I'm excited to share them. One's a cream and one is a powder blush. Let's start with the cream because we're gonna apply them both. The Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks Blush. This needs no introduction if you've watched any of my videos. I love this formula. It is one of my favorite cream blush formulas. This is the shade Chauchette. My favorite shade is Petal, but I couldn't locate it for this video. I believe it's at home. What I love about this formula is it's creamy, it's very hydrating, it has the perfect amount of pigment, it's so easy to blend out, it's just absolutely beautiful. There's no shimmer to it, but it does give a glow and a highlight to the skin because of the cream formula. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna use a light small brush. This is the BK Beauty 112, and I like to go the brush to the product to the skin. I feel like I have more control that way, and especially if you've applied any powder on the skin. I haven't done that yet, but I like to wear powder foundations a lot, and if you take a cream product and kind of swipe it on the skin, you run the risk of disrupting that powder underneath. This just gives a better, more like professional looking application in my opinion. So I like to smile and start here at the apple of my cheek and then kind of sweep and blend up. This is such a lovely, lovely formula. This was actually the first product from Westman Atelier that I ever tried, and I always tell the story, but you know when you try a new brand for the first time, and it's kind of a higher price point, it's definitely a luxury makeup product, and you just find like one of the best products in the line. I shouldn't say one of the best, they have many great products, but I do think that their blush formula is my favorite product from Westman Atelier. But it's always exciting when you try the best product from a new brand. Does that make sense? Because it just gets you excited to try other products. This formula is just really, really easy to blend out. It's kind of foolproof. If you apply too much, you can just kind of work with it and it'll shear itself out. Really, really nice. So beautiful. Next, we're gonna layer some powder blush on top of this. Even though I love the way this looks, I do wanna share a powder blush option for you that's also highly rated on Nordstrom's website. This is the Luminous Silk Powder Blush from Armani, and this is the shade 52. It is a pretty punchy pink. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply it with a large fluffy brush. This is the BK Beauty 104, and it's pretty large, but the tip is nice and tapered. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna be really careful just to dip the tip in here. So I don't have powder all over the brush, I just have it on this tip. So even though it's a large brush, I have control over where I apply it. And I'm just going to softly sweep it on top of this blush. Gives a really pretty kind of pop of pink, that kind of bright bubblegum pink shade that has been trending the last year or so. Really, really beautiful. This is a powder, but it has a little bit of a sheen to it, so it's gonna give a soft highlight to the skin without looking shimmery or glittery or too like highlighty. Highlighty, is that a word? We just make up words here. The next product I'm so excited to try. I actually purchased this for this video, but this has been a product I've wanted to purchase for a long time. I had my makeup done last year and a makeup artist used this product on me. And I don't know why I talked myself out of it. I thought, well, it's, you know, just kind of a special occasion shadow. I didn't buy it, but then I saw it highly rated on Nordstrom's site and I was doing this video and I'm like, add to cart. And the toughest decision was picking the right shade or just picking one shade. There were so many that I wanted them all. Quite honestly, I wanted them all. But I picked up the shade Ray. This is the Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow from Hourglass. Oh, this is so beautiful. It is a powder, but it kind of looks like a cream. And it just is like this most beautiful, shimmery, kind of foiled, but very light sheer foil. So it's not like super heavy or metallic. I am like the worst swatcher, I think, on the planet. Let me try this again. Let's do this right here. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is so stunning. This is like the most beautiful eyeshadow topper. Do you see that? It is so beautiful. I need to apply a shadow underneath this. Let's actually, you know what? We're gonna test this out. We're gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna apply it on one lid with just a little primer down, and then I'm gonna apply it on top of an eyeshadow look. Okay, so we have primer on. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it on this eye with no shadow underneath it. So let's see how this looks. Oh, oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. Okay, so very highly reflective. It looks like a liquid shadow. Like it just adheres to the skin so well. Keep in mind, I did have a primer, so I have something there to grip it. Okay, actually, I kind of love it by itself. This is stunning. So beautiful. Do you see that? Now it's highly reflective. It's very shimmery, but it's light. It's not heavy. It's very refined. And for, you know, mature lids, this is what you want to look for. You want to look for a shimmer that is this light in terms of like texture. You don't want anything heavy. You don't want anything glittery or chunky. And what I love about this is you have the ability to really, really sheer it out. So you can pack it on and layer it, or you can just blend and sheer it out to where it's just like a little bit of a shimmer, a little bit of a gleam. Oh my gosh, this is stunning. Why did I wait so long to buy this? I do not know. Okay, I'm gonna buy this in every single shade. I am not even kidding. As soon as I'm done filming this video, I'm gonna go buy all the other shades. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. It just makes the lid look wet. Do you see that? So pretty. Okay, I just got really excited about that. Okay, and remember, this is the shade Ray. I'm gonna have everything that I use linked and listed in the description box, but this particular shade is the shade Ray. Okay, so I am gonna go in and finish my eyes off. I'm just gonna add a little bit of shadow in the crease, a little liner, mascara, and I'll be right back. So I completely forgot to set the foundation and concealer with powder, and I was really excited when I got on Nordstrom's website and I looked for setting powders and I sorted by customer rating, and I saw the one and only Laura Mercier translucent setting powder listed on top. This is one of my favorites. This is a product that I used when I first started my channel. It is so, so good. And it has been a while since I've used it, you guys. So I am excited to pull it back out and give it some love. What I love about this powder is it's very lightweight, it's very refined, it's mattifying, it gives a very soft matte finish to the skin, and it just leaves the skin softly set, not too heavy, not too dry looking, but all of the shine just kind of disappears. It also smooths texture, particularly more like pores or large pores on the skin. It really just sets, smooths everything out. It is so, so nice. Lots of like tried and true products that have stood the test of time on this list, like the Laura Mercier powder, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Okay, we're moving on to lips. No surprise here, you guys, no surprise. I think they sell one of these, like, what's the stat? I'm just making this up, but I remember hearing something like they sell a Pillow Talk lip liner like every second, or they sell 5 every second or something crazy like that. This is the Pillow Talk lip liner in the shade Medium 2. It's my personal favorite shade in the Pillow Talk. I love this liner. This gives a your lips but just better color in my opinion. Now, of course, that's gonna vary on person to person, but for me, it gives a very like my lips but better. It is the perfect liner to slightly overline with. And I always like to fill in a little bit too. When I overline, I always like to kind of drag the liner into the lip. That way, when my lipstick fades, I don't have this like obvious overlined lip. So the Love Shine YSL lipsticks were on the list. And I had a couple of these, and I think, you guys, I think I bought the same shade. Oh, I didn't. Good. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I buy so much makeup, obviously for what I do, that I tend to buy the same thing twice and not realize it. But the Love Shine lipsticks were on that list. These are a sheer but buildable lipstick formula from YSL, and they have a shine to them, but they're not not super glossy like the candy stick lip glosses or lipsticks, but they're not super glossy like the, I think they're called the candy lip gloss sticks from YSL, which I also love. So you get that shine, but not super glossy. I have two shades of it. I have the shade, what shade is this? 201, which is this really pretty kind of soft nude shade. And then I have this brighter pink here, which is the shade 209. So these were on the list, but I bought a lipstick that I was excited to try that was highly rated. Okay, so this actually only had 60 reviews. Maybe it's a newer product, but it was a 5-star rating. It's from Estee Lauder, and I just love the packaging. A nice slim little bullet here. This is the Estee Lauder Pure Color lipstick, and I got the shade Explicit. Or no, I got the shade Wrong Number. I think the shade is Wrong Number. And I'm gonna swatch it here for you guys. It is a kind of peachy nude shade. So a nice slim bullet. Okay, the pigment payoff on this is nice. It is a good pigment payoff. I would say it's kind of medium, but it's buildable, so you can get full opacity from it, but your first swatch is gonna be more of like a medium amount of pigment. Ooh, it's very comfortable. It's very creamy. It has a little bit of a shine, but I wouldn't call it like a glossy lipstick. That's pretty. It kind of clashes a little bit with my eye makeup, but that's okay. We're gonna top a gloss on top of it. The Christian Dior lip oil is ranked 5-star on Nordstrom, and this is the shade 007 Raspberry. I love these. I know they are a pretty penny, but you guys, it's one of my favorite lip oils. I love the scent. They have like this, like, is it a peppermint scent? I'm not sure. I love it. I have them in a couple of shades. They just feel like pure, like heaven on the lips. I love them. I love them alone. They're pretty transparent, but if you wear them on the lips alone, you'll get a tiny little tinge of color, but I like that you can layer them on top of any lipstick or lip liner. They just feel so good. They feel like a treatment on the lips. So beautiful. Okay, so the makeup is done. There's one last step to set everything. The Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray is one of the higher ranked setting sprays on Nordstrom. So let's give ourselves a good spritz. I love this product. I have it here at my studio. I have it at home. I have it in my travel makeup bag. I love this. If you want your makeup to last all day, this will not disappoint. It's such a great setting spray, and it's very light, and I like how it mists onto the skin. It doesn't give any large droplets, so it just sets everything really, really nice. So that wraps up this video. I'm gonna list and link all the products along with shade names down in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for spending your time with me here, and I hope to see you on my next one. Bye.